Good morning.
Oh, I was just going to wait and see if we had any viewers chiming in. I was just going to wait for the viewers. I saw all the good morning Rolftons from us, but I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So sorry, folks. No Jackson this morning. No Mayor Dancy. They had some prior engagements. And, hey, it's summertime. So Jackson's out playing, enjoying the summer. And, Mayor Dancy and I were in Raleigh earlier this week. We were there Tuesday and spent Tuesday night, came back Wednesday, and had a series of meetings with some of our state legislators and stuff. So anyway, cut to the chase. We were walking to dinner on Tuesday night, and he was telling me Jackson's going to kindergarten in like a few weeks because he's going to be going to Forest Hunt Elementary. That's where, even though he lives in the Rutherton area, his mom and dad both work at Forest Hunt, and Forest Hunt's a year-round school, so they're going back to school in like a couple weeks. He's gonna be starting kindergarten. That's just hard to believe,
It's wild because, like, I met Jackson whenever I first got here, and he was just like little itty bitty kind of tiny Jackson, and here we are going to kindergarten. So it's just crazy how much time has flown by.
Yeah. But yeah. You think about all the other things about how time flies, but anyway. So yeah, Mayor Dancy and I were down in Raleigh this past week. We headed down on Tuesday, had meetings with all of our local delegation. So Jake Johnson, Senator Tim Moffitt. I want to thank them, both of those guys, for their hard work down in Raleigh. There's so many different issues, and I know we don't all see eye to eye on different issues, but in my time in government, at least both of those two, and all of the legislatures that we met with, at least there seems to be a little bit of a shift where they're at least listening to our issues, having some empathy over our issues, and then we'll see how that works in return on votes and support for rural North Carolina, and so Magnolia, appreciate your help in getting this ready. But we went down there and we asked. There was a lot of things we talked about. One of it is just really just some community building and making sure that Raleigh knows what we're up to and what some of our local issues are. We walked through the action plan that you guys walk through. You hear me talk about it all the time. It's vitally important that they see that there's a vision. And so we walked through that so that they understand when issues come up, what is going on in Rutherton, what is the vision of the community. So we walked through that. And then we walked through a lot of issues, priorities, and concerns for the town, some legislative items, some funding items, and then really keeping them in the know about big initiatives that we've got going on, like Norris Recreation Park. You saw the RFP for that come out on Facebook and social media this week and on our website. We talked to them about the housing work that we talked so heavily about last week. And so they were all very productive meetings. We also had some meetings with Speaker Moore. We had some meetings with some of the majority leaders and majority whips on both the House and Senate side, just to build relationships. If people know more about Rutherford, know more about our issues, it never hurts when things come up. I was talking with the mayor, and there's so many different things that happen in Raleigh. And then last year we went to DC to advocate, and we kind of do that back and forth on a biannual basis. But hey, if we can keep our legislators informed about what's going on here in Rutherford, about our priorities and our issues, you never know about the hallway conversations. You never know about those little interactions between different state and federal departments and the legislator, and just, hey, a light bulb moment. I was meeting with Rutherford and they've got this issue. And so sometimes it's really not about that initial connection. It's about the multiple connections that can happen after that. So it was a great trip down there. We got to have lunch with the North Carolina League of Municipalities on Wednesday and their government affairs team, and we kind of talked through same thing, keeping them informed about what's going on here in rural North Carolina, making sure that when they're lobbying or they're seeking support on different things, that they're tuned into what's going on here. And they were very, very energetic about, they were like, wow, this looks like something Charlotte would have put together. So Magnolia, thanks for helping me make this look beautiful. I put it together and I was like, Magnolia, I need your help. I need your help make it look beautiful.
Well, and Doug, I really appreciate just you and the mayor going and advocating for the community because, that's part of my job description, but that's also what I'm passionate for. But just being able to have those conversations and really, one, keep them in the know of what we got going on, but really advocating for our community to continue moving projects forward.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really the only way that we're able to do stuff is building those partnerships, whether it's a partnership in Raleigh, whether it's a partnership in DC. Interesting thing. So we're sitting in the General Assembly. We're sitting in the General Assembly building. We had maybe half an hour or so between meetings. And so I was catching up with stuff. Mayor was catching up with some phone calls that he had. And we're sitting on some couches. If you've ever been to the General Assembly, you know that there's like just little quads of kind of offices, and in the middle there's atriums. And so we're sitting in one of the atriums, and Senator Ted Alexander walks by. And Ted Alexander was former mayor of Shelby. His district actually represents Cleveland County. I think some of Gaston County as well. I'm not sure, but Ted's a good friend. He's also was for some time, and I have to look and see if he still is, but he was also involved with Preservation NC, which does a lot of historic preservation work, and that's between his time as the mayor in Shelby and then also his time there. Got to meet Ted, super great guy, and so I kind of said, "Hey, Senator Alexander, Mayor Alexander," and he turned, he saw us, and he noticed me, he saw Mayor Dancy, came over, said hello. And we could tell he was in a hurry, right? We could just tell that, and which is fine. We were there unannounced with meeting with him, and so we're sitting there, and he goes, "Listen, we got some guys in from Taiwan, and I gotta go." He's like, "I gotta go. The guys from Taiwan are," and we were sitting right next to a stairwell, and so the guys from Taiwan walk up, and so it catches Senator Alexander kind of a little off guard. He played it perfect. He goes, "Oh, I want you to meet my friends from Rutherford." And so we met Elliot Wong, who is the Director of Economic and Cultural Affairs for Taiwan. And we got his card, if you can read it, if anybody can translate that side of it for me. But it was really cool. So it was just about a 5-minute conversation. And so the whole cadre of folks from Taiwan are there around the Director General. And, he's shaking the mayor's hand. He's talking to me. He's talking to us about he's from a rural town, and there's population's almost the same between Rutherfordton and where this guy's from. It was just really cool. And so he goes, "Hey, we have a rural summit of mayors. You should come, Mayor Dancy." And Mayor Dancy's like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming." But anyway, in the cadre, there's like the one guy that you could tell he's the media guy, right? And so I don't want to make too much of a judgment here, but it was hilarious to see. But like the old memes and stuff where you got the tourist with the camera. So literally, he didn't have the camera, but he's got an iPhone, and the whole time he's talking to the mayor, and he's dancing all around the whole group, just taking pictures. So I've been watching their social media to see if Mayor Dancy makes the Taiwanese social media. So
that's hilarious. So not only were you putting all of the things that we're doing in Rutherfordton in front of North Carolina legislator, we're also in Taiwan.
Oh, yeah, I gave him one of these. Gave him our card, and Mayor Dancy gave him his card. And Mayor loves to show off, our the town's age, and he's showing. This is the back of all of our team's cards at the town. This is the back of it, so it shows the town. He's like, "This is Rutherfordton." And so it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do we know what they were doing in North Carolina?
They were just kind of there looking for opportunities. Same thing we were doing, building partnerships. They represent a lot of companies and economic opportunities that may come between the two countries. And really was just from what we understood and, talking to him, really down to earth guy, by the way, just really building partnerships, letting people know that there's a resource there. They had some meetings set up with some of the high level senators and House members, and I think Commerce, and just really, again, same thing we were doing, building relationships.
Okay, so if the mayor is posted on their social media, we're gonna have to share it and show.
Oh, everybody. Absolutely, we'll show it. We'll show everybody. Perfect. But yeah, just kind of that impromptu moment in the halls of the General Assembly. So it's a good week. It really was a good week. I talked about it a minute ago, but kind of switching gears, we have released one RFQ and one RFP, basically opportunities to do business with the community, with the town. One is we're ready to move forward with Norris Recreation Complex. So the financing is just about secured there. We feel real comfortable about kind of the backside of the financing between all of the grants that have come in. And so we're seeking an engineering landscape design. We're seeking a firm to basically button up the master plan. So there was an overall kind of high level plan that was put together for the park, but that plan is not construction drawings. It's not something we can take to a general contractor or to a landscape contractor and say, hey, build this. And so we need a firm to come in, help us kind of put those plans together. And that's what's out right now. Those are due, I believe, July the 18th. And so if you know somebody that works for a civil engineering firm, works for a landscape designer, some type of civil style firm, landscape architect firm, please get that to them. We've got we're also looking for teams too. So, it's going to be heavily disc golf on the first round. And so, we're seeking firms that maybe you're a great civil engineering firm, but you've never heard of disc golf. There's a couple of folks in our community, in our region, that are marvelous disc golf designers. Team up together and we'll accept that proposal. We've done that multiple times. Matter of fact, Kiwanis Park, there was a civil engineering firm and there was an amazing landscape design firm that helped with the architecture and the design of the playground at Kiwanis Park. So, we like to see innovative thought, innovative teamwork. So that's out right now. And that's going to be fun. I think really on a timetable, that'll go to the August town council meeting and everything works out. And then really by the end of this year, we should have that design buttoned up and start construction early next year. So it's going to be fun.
So exciting.
Yeah. And we will, just like we always do, when we'll get the firm, we'll do some initial kind of sketch it. We'll allow them to do some initial sketches off of the master plan. So we'll feed them that master plan that you already have given us input on. They'll kind of do some initial designs. We'll meet with the community. We'll probably have depending on what time of the year it is, we'll either do a meeting here at Town Hall or do a meeting out on the site. We did that last time during the master plan. So we'll listen, we'll validate that with you guys, and then we'll move forward with construction. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And then we have the RFP out. We've published it now. So it's on our social media and our website about the 5 properties that the town owns over in the Fairview community. So there's 3 properties off of Recreation Street and 2 off of East 2nd. So we're just looking for nonprofit and for-profit developers to come in and kind of give us a plan on what kind of housing that we can put back on those properties. So Doug, I don't know the specific timeline or anything like that on that RFP, but we've got it published.
Yeah, it's published. It's out. We have, if anybody's interested, it's not mandatory at all, but we are suggesting that they attend. There is going to be a meeting on Wednesday, June 28th at 10 o'clock, and we'll have that meeting up at 2nd Street Park under the new shelter. Under the new shelter that's been constructed at 2nd Street Park. That'll be Wednesday the 28th at 10 o'clock. We'll be there to answer any questions, tour the properties. We'll have maps of the properties. But the key in all this that Magnolia said was this is both for nonprofit partners and for profit. Our goal from the Redevelopment Commission's initiatives that started all this work was to bring affordable housing back to these communities. And so if you're a for-profit developer, maybe you're looking to do a spec home, maybe the market has kind of driven you out of that. This is a great opportunity to partner with the city for infill development lots, a lot cheaper to build on, a lot easier to build on. The water, the sewer, all your infrastructure is there. A couple of the lots are already pre-graded, rough graded, ready to go. So, if you're looking, obviously we love our nonprofit partners and we're excited about them. They are looking at this as well, but we really want some mixed income in here too. So don't feel like that you are already out of the equation. So if you guys are watching, somebody that builds houses, general contractor, we'd love to hear some innovative ideas. And it doesn't necessarily have to be single family. The zoning, all the zoning information is in the RFP. That zone up there can handle single family homes, duplexes, quadplexes, some more dense multifamily up to 8 units. Now parking is going to be an issue on some of the smaller lots for 8 units, but you can create some density, and they can be rentals, as long as the rentals have some affordability to them, but they can also be for sale. So we're just seeking some innovative ideas on these lots up there, and it's our first round. I anticipate as we continue this work of the Redevelopment Commission, we'll have more rounds of lots, but this is the first round, so we're really excited about it. Mm-hmm. Oh. And then next week is a big week.
You have vacation.
Well, I'm on vacation next week, but you guys are going to be busy here. The team's going to be busy. Rebecca from Rutherford Town Rising has got a fun night on Tuesday, right?
Well, it's actually in the morning, so it's at 10 a.m. She's actually hosting a social media workshop through RTR. So meeting with businesses who are just starting out, or businesses who kind of want to refresh and revamp their social media presence. She's going to be there giving like the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts, everything social media. So we're really eager, and we're hoping that people will attend that meeting. But if you can't make it for whatever reason, we're actually going to be recording that and putting it on our new RTR website, which is at rutherfordtownrising.org. So that'll be available. Also, next week is a big week for RTR because we're celebrating the grand opening of Sweet Forever Florist on Friday at 1 p.m. So I'm sure many of you all know that Leanna was the previous RTR director or executive director, and she left her position with RTR and opened a florist on Main Street. So I know that we've talked about it plenty of times on Brewtiful Mornings, but she's in the old Republican Party building, but she has completely like renovated that building, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So she'll be open at 9 a.m. People are welcome to come in and out. I don't know where Doug went, but people are welcome to come in and out whenever they open. But then we'll have like the true ribbon cutting ceremony at 1 p.m. You're back. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And then
hey, I was working on trying to share the link to the new RutherfordTownRising.org website. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, if you haven't had a chance to follow Rutherford Town Rising, RTR as we so generally call it here, it is a really neat little deal because you can go in, if you're a small business owner here in Rutherfordton, and as a pause, as an aside, my Rutherford Town Rising, me and Magnolia kind of running social media here under that handle, my Rutherfordton. Folks, we are Rutherfordton. I cannot tell you how many times a week we get direct messages that we don't appreciate the entire county. We love all of our neighbors, but our focus is our love of Rutherfordton here. So just a little side note there. I got some DMs about, why are you guys only highlighting Rutherfordton businesses?
Oh, Lord.
I think our shirt says Rutherfordton, not Forest City. Love our Forest City friends, and we try to help them out as much as we can. I mean, we promoted their Cherry Bounce Festival, which was a great festival, fantastic bluegrass. But I think people get confused between Rutherfordton and Rutherford County. And anyway, if you get confused between Rutherfordton and Rutherford County, maybe when you moved here, drop something in the comments. Make us all feel better. But yeah, folks, we're here to support all of our friends in Rutherfordton. But back to RTR website. You can go, as you scroll down, explore local businesses. If you click that, it has got all kinds of different categories of businesses here in Rutherfordton. And if we tried our best to get all of the businesses listed, if we missed you, we are extremely sorry. It was not malicious. It was not intentional. Between myself, Magnolia, our RTR board, we spent probably the better part of 3 months, Magnolia.
It was a long period of time just trying to get everybody's information together.
And so if we missed you, you're new, please don't take it personal. We are trying our best here. So Go check it out. We've
Doug,
got
if
you
you have a
listed.
little bit of time, I can just share my screen and we
Yeah,
can go
please
through it
do.
super
Please, please,
fast.
please, please.
Let's see. Here we go. So here is like the RTR landing page. We have all sorts of like the Discover Opportunity events news, donate about. Let's see. And then Doug was talking about the Explore Local Businesses. So we broke them up into categories of our Stay, Shop, Eat, and Play in Rutherfordton. I think that's been a good logo.
Just click on the shop one. Just click on that one because I think that one has the most. So look, folks, I mean, we tried our best as she scrolls down the page. We tried our best to make sure that no matter what, we got as many businesses. We beat the streets. We went in, and said, hey, what's your phone number? What's your true address? Do you have a website? And so like you can actually just link and call. You can go straight to their website. Now, I want to stop right here. Night Owl Ironworks. They have been able to claim their business on our site. So click on that, Magnolia.
Well, let me show you. So this is going to be a business that hasn't yet claimed their website, but whenever like the store owners get in here and they claim their website, it totally transforms it to where it's like they're another avenue for them to publicize their business or their events or anything like that. So it's absolutely gorgeous. We met with Rachel last week and she was able to get all of this going and then also adding the events. Doug, I don't know if you want to say anything else about it.
I was just going to say, and then the events cross-populate. So if, as the events are on here, they're on the main page. It gives us opportunity to learn more about what you're doing as a business. And so as you can see, I mean, with 4 pages of business and each page having 20 to 30 businesses on it, with just a team of 3, that can become difficult for us just to know exactly what you're up to. But when you have the empowerment to kind of share here, then it helps us build a social media calendar to kind of make sure that we can ensure that we're not missing anything. So like the social media workshop we talked about, right there's the link to it. See, I thought it was, she's got it on here at 5 o'clock. I thought she told me it was in the afternoon.
I'll have to go in. It's definitely at 10 a.m.
It's at 10 a.m.
So I'll definitely go in and update it. But this was like the selling point of this platform is because everything cross-populates. So when Night Owl Ironworks adds their Get Hammered event on next Saturday, it populates into our events. So I'm super excited. I'm really eager for other businesses, especially the ones who do art, like live music, like Main Street Market and Copper Penny, Small Town Coffee Roasters. They're going to be able to put all of their events into Locable, and it's going to automatically populate into the like this platform. So I'm really hoping that this will become kind of like the one-stop shop for everything downtown Rutherfordton. So I'm super excited about it. We're still doing a lot of work on like the back end, trying to get more information on here. We've been taking pictures of our board members as we have board meetings and they come. So we're like continuously updating this page. And then we have our opportunities. So we have business resources that Rebecca's been in the process of updating. And then we have a whole page about the Mint District. So the social district that is hopefully coming to Rutherfordton very soon. But it goes through like the rules and regulations, the do's and don'ts, the maintenance and operation plan, and just information for businesses to fully take advantage of all of these opportunities. So if you have time, I'll take the URL and post it in here. So whenever you have a second, just definitely go through it. And if there's anything that seems weird or off, please let us know. Like this whole social media time of the event, we got to change that. But everything else it's coming along.
Yeah. And I think I saw the comment about A1 Locksmith. I think they're on there. Let's go back and look.
Let's see.
And if not, hey, like I said, it's please don't have any hard feelings. We tried our best to get them on there.
Let's see. We will get up with Janet just to make sure that we have their information, and we will for sure add it to this webpage.
Yep. Janet, if you can just send us a direct message with some of your contact information, just a phone number, email, and we will reach out to you, make sure we get you listed. as well. We apologize about that, but we were, like I said, we beat the streets hard trying to get all these folks listed. So we knew we would miss some, but progress over perfection. So bear with us as we try our best to make sure we get this listed. So Jen, if you'll just send us a quick direct message, give us a phone number, give us an email, and one of the three of us, either myself, Magnolia, or Rebecca, will reach out to you and get you listed.
Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's coming up next week. We mentioned Sweet Forever Florists and Gifts. Their grand opening is going to be on Friday. And then week after next, in a short 2 weeks from now, 14 days from today, we get to celebrate fireworks at Kiwanis Park with Old 74 Jazz. So Old 74 Jazz is going to be playing from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Fireworks are going to follow probably a little bit after 9, just with the summer days. We want to make sure that we got good dark skies. So it's going to be a little after 9. You want to be in Kiwanis Park, and you want to be facing the pavilion. So the band is actually going to be playing on the pavilion. So if you're a Movies in the Park fan, it's going to be a 180-degree difference. So you're actually going to be looking at the main pavilion building and not looking out into the park. You can actually, as long as you can see over the top of the main pavilion. So if you want to be on the opposite side of the creek, bring some lawn chairs. As long as you have a view out under the trees to where you can see above the pavilion, that's where you want to be. And the folks that are going to be shooting off our fireworks, they're really good about doing a test shot. So just kind of be watching the skies. We'll be there, to kind of tell you, hey, we'll be in radio contact. We'll have an announcement system, even if it's just a bullhorn. Hey, test shot coming. They'll shoot the test shot. It'll be a big firework. As long as you can see that big firework from your seating location, you're good. If we say test shot, you hear the boom and you don't see the fireworks from your seating location, you're going to have about 90 seconds to get to a location where you can see them, and then the show's going to start. So yeah, it'll be a fun night. That'll be Friday, June the 30th. Scoops is going to be there with their mobile trailer. They'll have plenty of ice cream available. And we'll have some fun decorations up. It'll be a fun night.
We're gonna decorate the park for it.
Yep.
That's so exciting. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we got some buntings and we got a bunch of flags, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. Don't take our buntings, but you can take the flags and take them home and decorate your house. So let the kids. I don't let the kids pick up the flags, take them home, put them in your yard, whatever you want to do. But don't take our buntings off of the wall. They'll be up high enough. They won't be able to jump up for them.
I may be embarrassing myself by asking this question, but I really have no idea. What is a bunting?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's like they look like an American flag, but they're like half moons.
Oh, okay.
Like a half moon style American flag thing.
I had no idea that's what those were called. Okay, you learn something every day.
Maybe they're not. I don't know. That's how I've always called them buntings, or been heard that they were called buntings.
All right. Do we have anything else, Doug?
Oh, what else? I mean, yeah, we could sit here and talk all day if you wanted to, but I mean, yeah. In other news, I think we skipped over. It's probably been about a month or so, but with so much going on, we want to make sure we kind of make rounds for everybody. If you haven't been down to Dive Bomber Vintage lately, Carolina Catfish Company and Jesse James have kind of partnered up with the food there. Carolina Catfish Company, they've been to some of the Fab events, and yeah, you definitely need to get down to Dive Bomber Vintage. And she's got some cool stuff. If you're an Americana person, if you are all things July 4th, if that's kind of your deal, she's got some cool art down there. Matter of fact, I thought I stole it from her Facebook page. I thought that one was really cool.
That's awesome.
Just some cool older Americana stuff. So she's got some cool stuff down there at Dive Bomber Vintage. Definitely want to go down there and check them out. Kevin mentioned Zip Trips, and that's coming up. Matter of fact, we've got a little planning meeting with internally to getting ready for Zip Trips. It's going to be a fun morning. That'll be on about a month away, July the 14th. About a month away on that. We want you to be out in Main Street Park. Come celebrate with us. And P.S. By the way, if you haven't been out in Main Street Park in a while, we did a lot of work this spring with the new stage, the new furniture, the new benches, the new plantings. But we're not finished. There's some smaller touches that continue to be made there. There were some new artwork that was put up. We want to thank the Rutherford County Art Guild and the artists of the Art Guild for sharing some of their work. And so go by the park. We're displaying a couple panels of local artists' work, and the name of the art and the name of the local artist is on each piece of art there. And then Rebecca Blanton, our Main Street director, she created a really cool piece of art out towards the front. I'll not say exactly what it is, but it's a very big collage, a really cool collage of Rutherfordton. So you want to go by, see what that says, get you a selfie in front of it, check that one out. And then we are also working on some shade for the park as well. So more to come. We're testing something. Matter of fact, our public works team, I think today, is going to try the initial phase of a test for some shade. And then, next Friday the 23rd. Am I right?
Yes, it is.
Next Friday the 23rd, we are scheduled. This whole thing with businesses being busy, I'm still trying to get used to it. People say they're going to do something, they don't show up. They show up, they don't come back. Next Friday, the 23rd, we are finally supposed to be getting our new mural over on North Washington Street, adjacent to the Rutherfordton mural. So next Friday, we'll be looking on North Washington. I know I'll be on vacation, but Magnolia, I will keep as soon as I hear from the vendor, the installer, I'll let you know if you want to take some pictures and get it out on social media.
Maybe I'll do like a whole live video if I can get up there.
Yeah. And then in the same token of vendors telling us one thing and doing another, I want to, from the bottom of my heart, because I know I'm talking to some parents, I'm talking to grandparents, I know it's the middle of summer. Our vendor for the Crestview Park playgrounds has continued to miss deadlines. And it has been a challenge to work with this vendor. I will say we will never work with this vendor ever again. I'll say that on Brewtiful Mornings. But they were supposed to be here yesterday. A lot of you know we've said that they were supposed to be here yesterday, the 15th. So our public works team prepared the site. It was ready. I know we have taken an opportunity for people to play out during the summer months. They were supposed to be here yesterday to start that install. The new date is the 22nd. And so that is next Thursday. So a full week's delay from the 15th to the 22nd. And so they're supposed to be on the 22nd. Contractually, they have until June the 30th to install that. If they do not, that contract will be canceled and we will seek a new vendor to install play equipment at Crestview Park. So more to come on that. I am praying and hopeful that we can trust their word this time. This will be the third delay in that process with that vendor, but fingers crossed they'll be here next Thursday to start that play equipment install.
I hope so. And Christy piped up and said that she understands the vendor issues. So she's kind of having the same thing, that they're cutting the frames for her glass for her storefront, and they've gotten a couple of them cut, but she's still waiting on quite a few more. So Mill Hill General Store, I think, is set to be open the end of June. So we're fingers crossed. Christy, if you want to give me the number to the glass company, I will definitely call them too. Like, we can just rally Rutherfordton and make sure that you get your glass.
I'll tell you, I don't remember who was in the car with me, but I want to say it was either this week or late last week. I don't remember. Christy can say what day they were, but the glass company was there at Mill Hill, and they were, pulled in right in front of the store. And I'm in the car with somebody, and we're going up the block, and I see the glass company, and I had talked to Christy because I knew, what she was waiting on. And I was just like, they're putting the glass in today. And the person that was riding with me was like, what the heck are you talking about, dude? But yeah, I got so excited because it looked like they had the frames on the truck and everything. And then, yeah, it's it's a new normal. It's a new normal for sure.
Yeah. Good Lord. I don't know if we have anything else.
I just saw Sam. As a reminder, tomorrow is Cars and Coffee. Tomorrow's a Cars and Coffee day. Be out on Central Street. Everything's ready for that. It's going to be a fun morning out there. And I know we've met a few times with the new restaurant that's going to be coming into the former Flyboys location, former Olive Tree restaurant. Is now turning into Mama's Restaurant and Bar, and they're going to be a full-service restaurant, both breakfast, lunch, and dinner, kind of a meat and three style country cooking, obviously with the name Mama's. And so I know the team from Cars and Coffee is going to be excited to have some breakfast items. I know we got Maples on Main, but now they have kind of two styles of breakfast items. They went from no breakfast to breakfast galore on Central and Main between Maples on Main and
I'm here for it though. Yeah. It's wonderful.
Hey, there's nothing better than some omelets and some over easy eggs and some fresh stuff off the flat top for breakfast. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. I'm craving chicken and waffles, so I may be going up to Maples on Main today.
God, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
I was talking to the league staff at lunch. Luckily we were waiting in line for lunch this week, and I was talking to one of the league staffers, and he is just infatuated with chicken and waffles. And so I was talking to him about Dan and Alex's waffles at Maples on Main, and he's like, "Well, I guess I know where I'm coming when the session's over," because they try to do like a tour of the state, after session, just to make sure they're kind of plugged in with local municipalities. And so he's like, "Yep, I know where we're coming. I know where we're coming."
They'll have to, for sure.
Yeah. All right. The ice cream truck. Nice. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen the good humor truck running around, Sam. So that's going to be fun to see that out tomorrow morning. Very cool. All right, everybody. Like I said, we could stay on all day. We're going to get back to work. Thank you for tuning in with us. Thanks for the engagement. Appreciate everybody and their comments this morning. Share the good news. We've got so much stuff going on here in town, whether it be inside the walls of Town Hall, but more importantly, inside the walls of all of our small businesses and nonprofit organizations and community groups that actively try to make Rutherton a better place. This has been a fantastic year in 2023. It feels like every week we're getting ready to celebrate with somebody for a new business, a milestone in their business, or a nonprofit that's doing amazing work in our community. And so on behalf of all of us here at the town of Rutherton, hope you have a wonderful weekend. Check out Cars and Coffee. And hey, if you know somebody that needs a little bit of help with social media, if you're a social media guru, come to the workshop with RTR next week to network. As you know, if you're a social media guru, if you're on the upper end of social media where you're tipping the scale of engagement, or you're on the bottom end, partnership is key. Cross promotion is key. And so we encourage all levels of social media experts or newbies to come to that meeting. Because the cool thing is the more that we work together and the more that you guys work together, the cooler it's going to be. I mean, I was even looking yesterday. If you haven't seen the storefront at, oh my gosh, I've only had one cup of coffee this morning. Golly bum, why do I forget her name? If you have not seen the storefront at Michelle Parisu at the dress shop, so it's the first building on the left going up Main Street past court, Michelle Parisu. If you've not seen her summer storefront, you're missing out. And before we were even able to get a picture of it, Impulse Art Studio took a picture of it, posted on their page, and tagged Michelle Parisu and was like, "Hey, who's in for some Main Street storefront game? Our neighbor is clearly beating everybody on the block." So it's just cool to see our businesses working together, enjoying each other, and kind of creating some competition and creating some camaraderie between each other. But if you haven't seen the cool storefront at Michelle Parisu, when you're going up Main Street, take a look on the left there. She's overdone it with her summer storefront. It looks really good. Good job, you guys.
I'll have to take a stroll up Main Street because I don't think I've seen it yet.
She must have did it. She must have did it one day this week, because when I got back from Raleigh, I saw it and I was like, "Oh God, that's awesome!" And then I get home and I'm looking through, just like everybody, look at mindlessly scrolling for a little bit, and so I see Impulse Art Studio had already taken a picture of it and was like, this is great. So that's the kind of that's the kind of camaraderie that we want to build through this social media network and this training. So come out, be a part of that. Hey, if you're great at social media, we'll sit you next to a business that maybe isn't so great. You guys can talk through different opportunities. It's all about collaboration.
Absolutely.
Very good. All right.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Whenever lost, whenever down,